The reason why the Cultural Value Project was started by the Arts and Humanities Research Council was out of a realisation that for a good number of years now people have tried to present to government the argument why art and culture is important in order to release funding and to make the case of funding. And that actually most of the answers that came up were not ones that people were satisfied with. Government didn't believe them particularly, but anyway, it wasn't why most people in the arts and culture thought that arts and culture mattered. And so the AHRC decided to step back from all of that and to start a different kind of project, which they invited me to direct. And this project's purpose is not to start with a case to government, not to start with public funding, but to start with a very fundamental question: what is the difference that arts and culture makes to individuals and to society? The society which has a significant part of the population engaged in art and culture is a society of people who think more about their own position, who are more tolerant and open to those of others, who are aware that there is a larger world beyond their own community, beyond their own country, a global environment in which they live, and people who feel, therefore, that it is worthwhile being a citizen, being active, and engaging with the society around them. That's never going to provide a case for significant funding in any one spending review. But if we can establish these broad importance of arts and culture, then I think we should be talking in the longer term in what I like to call a more grown-up way about art and culture than we have done in the past. The main reason why arts and culture exists, why people perform, and why people are involved in producing arts and cultural outputs, the reason why people consume them, participate, and all of that is not primarily about the economic benefits to the country. Nevertheless, those economic benefits are very real and striking. There's the economic impact of arts and cultural institutions themselves. They employ very large numbers of people, they attract large numbers of customers, and those customers spend a lot of money. That, I might say, is simply redistribution within the economy, but not when it comes to visitors to the UK. Nearly 2/3 of all those who come to visit the UK say that our arts and culture is one of the principal things that attracts them here. So that is tourist income that is coming. What we would like to do at the end of this project is to provide a resource of ideas, of methodologies for evaluation, of kinds of evidence which people can draw on as they think is important, as they think is necessary for their own purposes. So the kind of work that we'll be doing on the economic case, the health case, the urban regeneration case for arts and culture, that work, which we'll be pulling together and developing, will clearly be of considerable importance in the case made to government in difficult economic times, when one has to show the financial and economic value of that kind of work. But there is a longer term story that has to be told, and we want to start it now. First of all, there's the creative industries themselves, a huge range of areas involving from games to film, from theatre to media, music, and so on. Those creative industries remain, even in difficult times, an expanding part of the UK economy. They are fed fundamentally by arts and culture. Without a vibrant arts and cultural scene, we would not have successful creative industries, and they're a significant part of the economy. But I'd take yet another step back and to say that there is increasing evidence from economics research at the comparative European level that countries with high levels of artistic and cultural engagement are more innovative right across the economy and right across society. That shouldn't surprise us when we think about it. It's about imagination, it's about thinking beyond your own world, being willing to challenge and be new in your thinking. That's what arts and culture encourages in a society. I'm not saying that any one person who goes to the theatre will therefore come out and be deeply innovative, but people, a society which has a lot of art and cultural engagement across it, as the UK has, is a more innovative society, and there's comparative evidence within Europe to underpin that. So if you want the economic reasons for why arts and culture matter, then they are certainly there, but as I've already argued, they're also important for a great deal more.